to be with you. So I'm very honored to help represent them as a champion. And one of the reasons I really enjoy championing Refact as a coding agent is it helps me to build projects and bring my ideas to life. And so that's what we're going to try and do with a cookie idea I came up with yesterday, actually. Awantika was nudging me to try and get an app idea together that we could vibe code today. And so I want us to take a look at some hackathons, maybe adhere to one of their rules and regulations, and then see if we can in half an hour build something that's fun and that works. The idea I had was I was trying to get to here. So I love Perplexity. I want to build an app to let friends know how far I am if I am running to them. The current options, E2G Google Maps, only offer walking, too slow, or car/motorbike, too fast. Would be cool to be able to say I run an 8-minute mile or a 6-minute kilometer, and be able to estimate how far I am and share it. Kindly share GitHub repos. I might be able to fork and leverage to build that. And I like Perplexity because they troll the internet and then come up with some cool ideas that we can hopefully leverage open source. It needs to be a web app. Yeah. These ones look, this one could work. I don't want to build a mobile app, just that's biting off more than we can chew in half an hour. But actually, these look like the good options. They're web-based real-time location sharing apps on GitHub that use these technologies. Okay, interesting. The reason you might want to use open source is so that a lot of the building blocks are already kind of available to you. Some of the things I might check for is how long ago it was built, how many forks, how many stars. So running pace calculator, I'm not sure, and it was also built ages ago. This is recent. Fit Me app, a running tracker app which tracks run or walk distances using Maps SDK, performs some tasks, shows track routes on the maps, shows articles by Android Jetpack architecture. Interesting. It's an Android device, so that's probably beyond the scope of what we want, but the fact that it's recent is cool. 3 years isn't super long ago. And has a few stars, has a few forks, running map distance, to plot out a bike. I found out the distance of their route. Easy for planning. Oh, okay, this is cool. Yeah, we can try this. Okay. We'll see if we've got a few other options, decent ones, but that one seems like it works.
I guess Papa got pause. Let's just wait for him. Meanwhile, you guys can say hi in the chat. I do see hi Revant. Hi, let's learn. He will be joining us soon, so stay tuned. Oh, we were just waiting for you. I guess there was some issue with your internet.
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed like it might have dropped off. What is the last thing that you had me say?
I think we were just seeing the open source projects. Yeah.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. Sorry about that. I mean, if it happens again, I'll be right back. I don't know. It just seemed to drop for a second and then came back. But can we proceed?
Yes, yes.
I I guess, I guess we can proceed. Okay, cool. So where were we? We were hide this. We were in Visual Studio Code. We were reloading here and starting to get some things cooking. And so the first port of call that we can take is let's open up a different terminal. It should be slightly different than that. Okay. Git clone. Okay, where's our first one? Here. And so what that does is it downloads the project into our local, and so now we're into this project run map, and we can actually open it here as well. Ooh, where are we, Mr. Run Map? Okay, so we have it live here, local. Okay, so we're into this first project, and we can ask our friend, Mr. Refact, please take a look at this project and let me know what it does. Okay, and while it's, there we go, Refact. I'll take a look, scan the repository, understand its purpose. Yes, that's exactly. High level understanding, browser based, good. To plot running routes, okay. Yes, let's get it up and running locally. And actually what I'll do is I'll feed it my idea, which we had here, that we want to build a running app, etc., etc. I just cloned this project, and I'm hoping to be able to use it to that end. Okay, and let's proceed methodically. Plan to proceed. Explore the project for a local run. Inspect package, yes. Initial findings. Okay, I need a Mapbox access token. Okay, we can find that. I do not have a Mapbox access token. Please guide me. Oh, very cool. How does Refact know this? So I obviously need some kind of API to create a free account. And once we have that, we'll be able to leverage. Okay, whilst I go get that, let's please get the app running locally, i.e. download dependencies, etc. So Refact is going to now take over and start taking action in terminal. First thing it's going to do is start to download all these package dependencies that the project needs to actually work. Built by someone called Jeff Dye, relies on some cool stuff. It's not actually too complicated. I've just never worked with this Mapbox SDK. So while it's doing that, let's go look for what this Mapbox SDK is. Build with Mapbox. Okay, Papa Jams. Yeah, why not? Papa Jams. Refact. Okay. I wonder how I can hide this from you guys. Let me see. I'm going to stop the screen just for 1 second, just to do the card stuff, and then I'll bring it back. 1 moment.
Meanwhile, we can take up some questions.
Do you have any questions, Avantika?
Yeah, there are a couple of questions from people.
Go ahead.
So they're asking, what is the app about?
So the idea is, so when you're going to visit, or let's say you're going to meet up with a friend somewhere at a coffee shop, or you're about to go to their house to visit, and you're going to walk there, or you decide to run there, or you might decide to cycle there, right? At the moment, the options that you have are to use something like Google Maps or Apple Maps, and if you open those up and try them now, then what you might find is that the only options that you have are either to say, hey, I'm walking there, and so it'll show. If your friend lives, a few miles away, it might say, oh, it's going to take me an hour to get there walking. And alternatively, you can say that you're going to drive, in which case we'll be like, oh yeah, they're going to be there in 10 minutes. But there's no in between. So if you are going to cycle, or if you're going to run, I'm a bit of a runner. And so let's say that it takes you 10 minutes to run a mile, and it's 5 miles away. then you could be a little bit more specific with how long it'll take you to get there. So I usually find if I'm sharing, I'll be meeting a friend somewhere and they're like, how far away are you? If I send them the walking option, then it doesn't allow me, it overestimates how long it'll take for me to get there. And alternatively, if I write, if I show a car, then it similarly has an issue. And so it's an idea that we can create something cool as a sort of halfway house. Okay, so I'm still going through the process of setting up an account for this Mapbox thing. Does that answer the question, Awantika, or is it a bit still confusing?
No, it's good, I guess. And there's like somebody who wrote JS is vibe coding. I'm
Sorry,
not sure.
JS is vibe coding.
Yeah, that's what he mean.
Okay, you might have to interpret that one for me.
I'm not
JS, as in JavaScript, is vibe coding?
maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe.
Yeah, I mean, look, we are vibe coding. We're good vibes all the time, and we're in VS Code. We're using Refact, and so as you can see, for the most part, apart from just kind of getting to grips with some of the code architecture, okay, it wasn't working on Chrome, but it's working on another browser, which is good. Okay, I just need to verify my email. And so, what's great about Refact is that you can leverage your natural language to get some really beautifully designed code, leveraging some of the best-in-class models available. So at the moment we're playing around with GPT-5, which was released very recently, maybe like a week ago. And of course, the Refact team did an absolutely beautiful job getting it sort of up and running as soon as possible, so that we would have access to dive in and to really be able to start shipping great products. And so, gosh, this seems to think that I'm in the US. I'm not. I'm in the UK. Okay, option.
Share the screen if you have added your card details.
Okay, it looks like we're back. 1 second. I'm hoping I can get the API key so I don't have to show it here. Okay, I think I have it. Mapbox. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, let me share my screen again. Boom. Default public token. Okay. How is that? Am I back in the mix? Can you see me again?
Yes, but your internet is a bit slow, so maybe you can turn off your camera.
Okay.
That would save some bandwidth, yeah.
How's that now?
Yeah, much better.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, let's go back to Refact and see. So what I was doing there is I was getting an API key, which you sometimes need to leverage services like this Mapbox, which is an SDK that's provided from America that enables us to essentially do some build location-based apps. And so we've now got that and we've set it in our .env. which is a file that you use to keep most of your secrets. And one thing that's please add .env to git ignore. Just as a security protocol, it's useful to and yeah, just ask Refact about maintaining good good quality security. And so, okay, it seems like we had an issue with installing the dependencies. So we can try doing that here. And what's cool is that, like, okay, so we've got, yes, it does. Oh, it was able to download them fine. And so that, and we can actually read the README and see what this person suggests. Dev setup. Okay. Okay, let's try doing that. So while we're doing that, what we should see once it has added it is this go gray, a bit like this, which means that it's been, so what does it say? Changes applied. Yes, oh, it needs to remove it from the cache. This project webhook setup expects Node.js with OpenSSL behavior. You're in a newer node, okay. Okay, quick workaround. Run node with legacy. Yes. Let's do what you recommend. I'm not a particularly patient reader, but I think we kind of get the gist. So here's the plan I recommended. I'll follow once you approve. Suspected root code Webpack in this project is not compatible with my newer Node version. Does this align with your vision? Yes, it does. And then whilst it's doing that, let's just see. Yeah, it doesn't like that. Okay, and what's cool is that whilst that's working, we had a few options. That was this one, run map, which if it's super complicated is fine, because it's always useful to keep some options in the back pocket. Now, this one looks pretty cool as well. Real-time location sharing app. So this is more about just sharing where you are. We'll choose one of these. This one is last year, not many commits, but it's been forked a few times. Real-time location tracking. It's designed for real-time tracking and monitoring. Okay, let's try them both. So we'll take this one as well. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, you can try and install. And while you do that, I will start a new terminal. And we can open up a new window. And we can try running two projects simultaneously. So we've got run map. And we'll also open. What did we just download? We just downloaded this one. Okay, this one looks a lot simpler. And this is also really fun that you can leverage Refact. Okay, and we can actually try with a different model provider this time. Some are more expensive, some are cheaper. Gemini is quite cheap. Claude is like the most expensive, highest quality one, I'd say. Let's try Gemini for now. Hi, could you take a look at this project and help me get it up and running locally, please? Okay. This is written in okay, looks pretty simple. This is the JavaScript. I don't know who it was that was asking about JavaScript. This is a way more simple setup. Yes, please. Then run map. Run map is here. Refact working in the background, cooking. So what Refact has done there, my node version was different to the one that's expected by this project. And sometimes you'll find that, especially if it's an older project and it was built with, the process or the velocity or the momentum with which a lot of these packages and programs are developed is super rapid. So there can be incompatibilities, inconsistencies, and that can be hard to track individually. But fortunately, we've got the support here of our good friend Refact. Okay, what are you saying? I applied the change, installed a new dev dependency. Next steps, you change the package.json, ran npm install successfully. Great. The command timed out. Okay. Let's try this. Okay, so it's working a bit better, but still a few issues. So what we can do, we can share that with Refact, the error that came from that, and Refact will, it fails to compile before it expects a secret file that isn't, and it's actually getting ignored. Okay, so it's got a solution. Yes, please. The Mapbox access token is in the .env in the root if you need it. Okay, and while that's happening, we can come here and work on this one, which allows users to share the live location. So once this is running locally, we can then start talking about our app idea and how we're gonna improve it. Okay, that's cool. So it's, oh, is it that quick? To get the terminal open. Which address did it start? Did it try? Go to localhost 80. Oh, I've never seen that. Usually I see 3. Okay, let's see if it's up and running. Okay, that's cool. So this is the first so Refact has kind of helped us get this set up. Share my location. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we could definitely use this. Although, why does this say I'm in the ocean? Okay. Okay, it seems to be working, but it seems to think I am in the middle of the ocean. Why is that? Also, we need to add node modules and etc into git ignore. Why do I say that? Because as you can see here, it's tracking way too many changes. So what happens when you run npm install, all of the packages that it needs to work get downloaded, but these shouldn't, if you're going to get this project live in on Vercel, or send it to GitHub and then put it live as a website, then you wouldn't want to share these. It's just too much information that it doesn't need. And when Vercel and Netlify build the project, they do it themselves internally. Yes, please. So that's a little, it's sort of operational, and maybe it's not necessarily that required, but for this session, but we might as well dot our T's, cross our I's, dot our I's, cross our T's, and kind of work as we would if we were aiming. And I will try and build this app and put it into the Refact Discord, even if we don't get it ready by the end of this session. Okay, so what are we saying here? Plan to proceed, no coding until you approve. Thank you. The app hard requires this secret, and that blocks local dev unless you create a local secrets file, even though you already have that in a env. Okay, make the secrets import optional, add fallbacks, try to import. Okay, yeah. Yes, let's do that. I'm basically trying to avoid sharing that secret here, and so it's helping me do that sort of. But from the instructions, what I should really do is stop the screen, put the token in, and then start it again. But let's see if Refact can help me get around that and do that. Okay, so this one is running on port 80. There's one other one that I wanted to try. I don't know if I'll have time to do all three of these, but I guess a one ticker will stop me in my tracks if I start getting too crazy. Okay, so there's a git ignore happening there. Let's just start this one. Git clone that. So we're doing three. Hopefully, we'll decide which one is coolest, and then we'll just super hyper focus on that, and get it over the line. Okay, so that's done. That's done. That's done. And we can copy this, and we can say npm run serve. I'm gonna run that myself, actually, my friend. Oh, okay, nearly there. Before we fix that, here is the app I want to build. Can you help? I cloned this project as a starting point. Okay. Sometimes it's a bit faster if your app isn't running, and I can think a bit more clearly. One thing I like to say, I like to keep my code base clean, dry, modular, organized, performant, ideally leveraging components that exist before creating new ones. How would you advise we utilize the existing infrastructure to do that according to those principles? I only say that because sometimes what will happen is you'll get this crazy code bloat, especially if you let these conversations go on too long without starting a new chat, where the agent might not actually realize that a lot of the functionality you're wanting to build exists, or it can be just slightly extended, slightly modified, and instead it'll build a whole parallel architecture, and then you just have this like fat mass of code that's really hard to look after. So here's the feedback, right? So adhering to these principles is crucial for building maintainable, scalable application. It's a professional approach. I'm fully on board. Yes, Refact. Let's break down how we can apply these principles to the existing code base and build your architecture. Okay, so it's a super simple architecture. The controller handles everything. This is fine for a prototype, but it's a single okay. I like those ideas. Note that this is an MVP we want to get into the hands of users as soon as possible to validate before building it out full scale. Please amend our implementation plan. This planning phase is really important, and it just helps. So, what I noticed here is it was basically planning, the next Strava and setting out some relatively detailed architecture. And so I just had a slight concern that A, we don't have that much time to do it, but B, you do want to validate ideas before you go on this mad kind of building streak. And so this kind of tempers it in its expectations and gives you something that you might be able to do within one chat. Yeah, that sounds good. One thing I also like to do, can we document that in a roadmap.md, then keep it updated as we build? And so if you have to start another chat, you can then reference this initial plan, or keep an eye on your progress, make amendments, etc. So that's cool. Okay, while it's doing that, let's see. Oh yeah, we had this issue here. It made a bit more progress, but still has some kind of issue. Let's see what that issue is. It's still to do with this secrets thing. Oh, it's just a warning. Oh, so it does work. Okay, let's see. npm run serve, and we'll go to localhost 9000. Why is it down for maintenance? Why am I seeing this when I start the page? Interesting. Okay, and I think, did we download that last one? We did real-time location. I think we did, huh? Is it too crazy to do a third one? Let's see. So, it had run map. Oh, they're so similarly named. This is so poor. Okay, I hope this is the new one. Is it the new one? What was this other one? Okay, so it's building our roadmap, which is cool. This one's real-time location sharing app. This one is real-time location tracking. Okay, fine. So here's our roadmap. Let me know if this is if trying to manage 3 projects is too crazy. But I'm just not sure which of these open source ones is the best for us to leverage, which is eating up a lot of our time, I know. But this is my process. So I'm sure another champion might be able to offer you a slightly different perspective on how they use Refact. So this is cool. So so we created the roadmap, and then it's ticking things off as it completes them. And it's completed our whole roadmap. Gosh, Refact, you are something. Okay, let's try and see how we're doing. No. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so what it did, actually I should turn on my location. Okay, fine. What it did is it added this pace. This is what we wanted, right? What I can do is I can open this in Safari. We'll allow this time. Why does it think I'm in the ocean? Okay, so there's something wrong with the location finder. Let me tell Refact. Refact, can you help me fix the location finder? But that's really cool that it added the 8 minutes per mile thing. Okay, you're seeing that because currently contains a static. Okay. Yes, please fix it. If it's helpful, you can look back through the Git history for the project we cloned. Did they put it here? Run map, yeah. Or based on our app idea, we could just improvise predicated on the infrastructure at our disposal. Okay, and Refact is having a look. So obviously, whoever started this run map has shut it down for some reason, and that's the problem we're coming up across. Here we have okay, so I love the minute tracker based on how fast I will run. Instead of solely relying on the location, what do you call it? The location finder. Can we add? Add the possibility to input two locations. Perhaps leveraging what 3 words or a different free API. Open to your advice on the best way forward. The location finder. Okay, lots of questions. Refacts on the case. And let's just stop it because that's sometimes faster. Okay, so we replaced the maintenance placeholder with an actual app UI. Okay. The app loads. Okay, let's see if it's actually running. Oops. The secrets thing is a real issue. Okay, I might just stop if you want to do another questions phase, just so that I can put that secret in there.
Sure. Let's do that. Maybe we can turn on your camera.
Yeah, 1 second. How do I do that again? There, there I am. Okay. I want to get if you can read out whatever the question is, because I'm.
Sure, yeah. So Harshit says, hey, how is GPT-5 compared to Claude, Sonnet, and OPS? Also, could you tell me why Refact consumes so many coins? How much are you using? And is there any way to reduce the consumption?
Yeah, there's definitely you ask a really important question there, is the differences between the models. So the ones that consume the most, because I think it might be that they're more advanced, or that they leverage a lot more data in sort of the inference that they, it's kind of widely understood that Claude Sonnet 4 consumes a relatively high amount. Opus is like gluttonous, right? So it consumes like crazy, but you get the most sophisticated results. And so the trade-off you're making consistently is around is around the quality of the result that you're expecting. And so ideally what you want to be doing as you make your, do your coding, is kind of trying to judge to what extent do I need a really high level answer. So let's say you're trying to refactor your code, then right, you might want to actually, you're potentially going to make a lot of breaking changes to the code. And so you probably want to, just for safety and peace of mind, use a higher level, slightly more expensive one that consumes more tokens. Whereas if you're making smaller changes, maybe it's a small feature, it's a tiny little implementation that you want to experiment with, etc., switch it up and go to, so like Gemini is super cheap and doesn't use, you could be you could be going on Gemini for ages and not use much at all. And so it really does depend on the one that you leverage, and how smart or kind of prescient you are, or just, and that's where the planning phase is really important. And you can actually start off with one of the cheaper ones and ask, what stages should I be thinking about using a slightly higher level model versus hold on, please go ahead and do that for me. To what extent should I be using higher level models versus, and include that, we were talking about that roadmap, include that in the roadmap as you build, and you can ask it even to stop, so that you're able to make those changes as you're going along. And so, the idea is to just be a bit more, really intentional. Okay, I think that is solved. So let me just triple check. Does that answer the question, Awantika?
Yes, I guess absolutely. And I don't see any other questions. So, folks who are kind of interested in asking more such questions, feel free to use the chat, and we are happy to answer all of them.
Okay, we're back in here. And look, so yeah, we just needed to solve that secrets thing. And the second one is now loading, and it's, at least the map isn't putting me in the middle of the ocean. It's putting me somewhere in America, which is fine. Okay, so I've started a new chat. We're on GPT-5. Because of that question, we're going to switch. Let's go to, oh yeah, and you can actually see here how much the costs are per million tokens. So as you can see here, GPT-5 is relatively cheap. Yeah, for every prompt, you spend not that many credits. And then if you come here to Sonnet, it consumes about double the amount for every prompt that you put in. And then if you come to Opus, let's see what pops up. I'm betting this will be double again, if not more. Let's see. Yeah, it's like 5 times more. Gosh, 5 times more than Sonnet, and 10 times more than GPT-5. And then let's see where we are at with, yeah, so this is around the same as GPT-5. So, that gives you a good impression of, if it's a critical issue, big challenge, like you're trying to do some 3JS, WebGL, you're trying to conquer the universe, fine. Jump in, use Opus 4. But if you are, a bit more humble in your approach and want to just kind of tinker, then these are a lot more. And it's amazing this GPT-5 is actually this cheap because it's super recent. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I've actually started a new chat, and I forgot to create a roadmap for this one, so I'm gonna have to kind of please help me build this. I cloned project and have it up and running locally, and we can show that. So Refact has enough context to. I'll follow the requested process. First, I'll explore the project, understand what's really there, wait, and running it here. Please take a look and let me know. Go ahead and scan the repo and share the implementation plan to leverage this code base towards our app vision. Okay. So what was our issue here? You've hit on two critical points for making this app truly useful. Planning a run, to calculate ETA between 2 points without being there is a fantastic idea. Use the app from just a live tracker to a planning tool, fine. Location accuracy. For the new feature you mentioned, it's a cool service, but for an MVP, it has some drawbacks. Okay, fine. Okay, wow. I love this feedback. So it's basically saying, I had this idea, what 3 words, because it's a really cool, easy way to kind of do location. I didn't know that they have a commercial API. Turns out they do. And so I prefer not to spend money. I want to make money instead. Okay, please go ahead and update the roadmap. Then let's proceed as envisioned. Okay, and then this is our final, and I know I'm pushing on time, so Antika, you can tell me to focus. Actually, yeah, maybe I don't start this one because we don't have enough time. But I typically would just like start loads of projects until I find one that's working, and then get it cooking. But for now, we'll focus on these 2, and see how we're going. So here's a suggestion. I explored the code base. Here's what I found and propose. The app focuses on plotting a route showing total distance. There's no concept of pace or ETA, nor a way to share live or static progress with friends. Direction retrieval uses Mapbox. Okay. It does not store pace settings. There's no panel for entering pace. Yeah, you see, these are the problems. So, great intel. Let's please create a roadmap.md and keep it updated as we make those changes. Right, note, I prefer to keep, we can actually copy this. Where did I write that? I wrote it up here somewhere. Yeah. I prefer to keep my code base clean, dry, modular, organized, performant. Ideally leveraging components. Yes. Here's how we can leverage, reuse this. This is what we want to see. Keep the computation pure and centralized. That's what we want to see. Extend the UI minimally. Beautiful. Integrate the existing. Yes, exactly. Yes. I love that, Refact. Let's please proceed. Add roadmap with the phases. Then what? Yeah, good. Okay, and it's usually faster if you stop whatever processes are working. It does align. Let's keep the UI UX delightful, clean, and intuitive. Oh, I should have said mobile optimized as well. That's usually important, but we can do that later, I guess. And let's just make it. So I love this aspect. There's pros and cons with everything, but the fact that you can really get planning and build out an idea of all the changes we're going to make. So what we're going to do, these are relative to our idea, right? That we can set a pace and say how far we're going to be to get somewhere. That's not just walking. I don't even know what the pace is for walking on a map, but it seems pretty slow. And so to be able to tweak that, it would be cool. And so it's enabling us to do that by making all these edits and additions. I think this one is probably the more interesting app for us to tinker with and improve. And so this is our backup. Okay, let's go down. See. With the libraries added and now overhaul the UI, the new JavaScript. It seems you got stuck. This is something that does sometimes happen. If it's trying to do too many changes in one go, it can get discombobulated. Please try. Oh no, yeah. Perhaps it makes sense to break down into more manageable chunks. And so I don't actually know if that was the issue. I'll get it right this time. The core issue is that my previous changes made the final content different from what I was expecting. And I replace. Trying to do too much in one step is causing errors. A better approach to break down into smaller, more manageable tasks. Thank you for the guidance. You're welcome, Refact. Let's proceed with a more deliberate step-by-step plan. Incremental update of the share page. Yeah, you see? Now it's able to do it in little chunks. Sometimes it tries to bite off more than it can chew, and that causes issues. Why isn't node modules? Oh, it must be. It's just not reflected there. Fine. I'll now update the script with this new logic. Okay, you go, Refact. And we're still cooking over here. This shows you how impatient I am. This is why I'll sometimes work on even 3 at a time, just so there's always stuff there. But isn't this incredible that you're able to make such significant progress purely using natural language, and a little bit of an understanding of how the coding agents operate, and obviously we've taken. It's slightly, it's not cheating, but we're taking. That's the power and the beauty of open source, is that these building blocks out there for us to leverage. And one of the things I might sometimes do is, let's say in this project, we really like Mapbox and the way that's integrated. But in this project, we really liked something else. What did we like about this project? We liked that, we were in the ocean, and the way that mapping was displayed. And in the other one, I will sometimes put all 3 projects here alongside each other. In one Explorer, and then I'll ask Refact, hey, can you take a look at these 3 projects? And I want you to take the map from this one. I want you to take the API from this one. I want you to take the UI from this one and the backend from that one, and help me create a super unique app. And so that just enables you to kind of borrow ideas. That's that Pablo Picasso idea. Good artists copy and great artists steal, or something like that. And I don't think it's stealing because it's open source. And so that's the whole premise. That's the whole point is, and ideally what you then do is you leave your code out there with all the cool stuff that you've done for other people to come and be inspired by. I'm making repeated errors. I have the correct content of the roadmap. I'll proceed with the updates. So, okay. How is our progress with the app? Let's check. This one seems to be moving along much more. Thanks for the head up. I'll adjust the strategy to avoid oversized patch calls and proceed incrementally. Yes, good. Next steps. Yes, let's proceed. I might give up on this one in a second. We've made excellent progress. Major feature update is now significantly more. Okay, let's see if that's true, my friend. Oh yeah, this is a lot better. Whoa, this is cool, man. Okay. Share plan run. No, we're not switching to live tracking. This is the one which was putting us into the ocean, remember? So that's a lot of progress. Well done. What do we have to do? Next steps. According to the roadmap, the next logical step is refactoring and hardening. Okay, before we do phase 3, it's not particularly apparent to me how I set the initial and ending points. Please advise. Yeah. Okay, we can stop it while it's cooking. Sometimes it speeds it up a little bit. That's a lot of. I was about to give up on that one, but it's actually looking good. Okay, so plan confirmation checkpoint before we run or build anything. Summary of approved changes to keep things clean, dry. Okay. Okay, let's see how we're doing. npm run. This one was server. Localhost 9000. Hey. We got a lot of problems as a result of our latest changes. That does happen. And so it's perfectly normal and absolutely rectifiable when we get that. So, what we want is this kind of clean starting. But if it has those errors, I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever that Refact will be able to play around and fix them. Okay, so so you raise an excellent. The current interface is not intuitive, and that's a critical problem. It's not obvious how to use the main feature. The feature might as well not exist. The problem is that address search bars are located on the map and don't have clear start or destination. This is confusing. To fix this, I'll make the following changes to the run planner page. Yeah, those sound like good ideas. Let's please proceed. There was an article that was saying, I think it was ChatGPT. They told it to be less polite because it was just wasting too much time. Or for every time it would add an extra like please, thank you, whatever. It would expend a bunch of tokens, which if you multiply by like the billion people that are using it, it actually got quite expensive. But I still say please, just in case Refact and I meet in the future, will we be at this? Okay, so here we go. How's our tokens doing? Gosh, we've not used any tokens really at all. We had started with 20,000. So I know someone was saying something around, spending them quickly. But I mean, check that out. We barely touched the surface, and we're coding 2 apps simultaneously, which is cool. But that's because we're using what are we using here? I think we're using Gemini. And now complete. Okay, let's see. If you remember, this started off as just a blob in the middle of the ocean, right? I'm sure we would go and watch this somewhere. And now, okay, so we'll start off at Buckingham Palace. Oh, that is cool. Where in the heaven are all these places? Hey. Okay, what about the Tower of London? Oh, yeah, I found it. Buckingham Palace. It's a bit slow. Okay. Hey. I think I need to slow down. Slow down. Although what we can do is we'll go and complain to Refact about this taking too long. Yeah, there we go. Boom. Wow. Okay. Leave me alone. I want to put in the other. Let's try. Okay. Let's see if this makes a difference. To Trafalgar Square. Yee. Oops. Okay, let's complain about this Refact. It's working, but the drop downs have an issue. Okay, that one's fixed, but the drop downs for the start and finish don't seem to. Okay, have 2 issues. One, they are not particularly performant and pretty slow to load. 2, once I have selected a location, I still see options, and I'm not sure how to seize them. I.e., I chose Buckingham Palace as a start point, and still saw other options below, which was blocking my ability to put in my endpoint. Hope you understand me on that, Refact. Okay, let's see, npm run serve. Okay, cool. So it's now building correctly. It did have an issue. What did Refact do to fix that? Thanks for the logs. I fixed the TypeScript errors by cleaning up the incremental patches. Changes applied. Cool. If you enter a pace, it updates automatically. All right, I'm quite excited about this one. I actually love the UI. Let's see. We didn't try to. The feature isn't truly finished until it feels responsive intuitive. Let's fix them. Okay, sounds good. Remember, it's important to maintain clean, dry, modular, performant, organized code that leverages /modifies existing components for creating new ones. Does that align with those principles? It's not clear to me. You should see. Okay. Okay. Yes, let's proceed. It's not clear to me how I would use this on mobile. Even on desktop, I am struggling to see where to put in my pace or toggle the start and end point more specifically, e.g. input and address. Please advise. You can stop it. That usually speeds it up. Yeah, lovely. Always visible. Yeah, yeah. Oh, is that right? I don't see that. Yes, please. Plan changes. Always visible pace bar in the header. Great. Destination search. Okay. Okay, sounds good. And hopefully, this conversation is getting a bit long, and so I'm going to get it to update the roadmap and then start a new conversation. What you find is when the conversation gets long, for every response, it gets more expensive because it has to go and look through all the context of everything you've written so far before it's able to write a response. And B, it also gets a bit more confused depending on the context window. It's cleaner and more performant when it has to deal with less information to start delivering results. Okay, so we can start a new chat. Okay, let's see. npm run. This one will start. Yeah. Let's see if it fixed that issue. Oh, that's way better. Trafalgar Square. Man, this is so good. So that is less than a mile, 8-minute mile. Look, we basically built our app. If you remember, we started with the blob. Okay. Share is a future feature. For now, you can take a screenshot. I do not want to take a screenshot. No, before we do that, we need to fix the share planned run feature. Surely for now we can make it shareable as a tweet. Or is there a better perhaps also as an image or a text or text etc? Please advise. So this is Gemini. Gemini is actually really good. Google are killing it, and the fact they keep it so cheap is great. Okay, and then oh yeah, we want to get our modular language out again.
Just a time check. We're kind of very much ahead of time. Yeah.
So shall we stop?
Yeah, we can.
I mean, we've basically built the app that I had in mind here, and now there's just a few tweaks and UI UX improvements, etc. And I'm sure most people on the call will have a good idea of how to deploy their apps. But if you don't know how to deploy your app to Vercel or to Netlify, then so what did we build last time? We built imperfectform.fun. And this is actually deployed on Vercel, which is this tool. And so you can ask Refact to help you to do that. And it's really straightforward. Once your app is up and running, it'll talk you through all of the things to do. But yeah, thank you for taking the time. And I look forward to seeing what you build. Let me know if this was useful or if we can improve on anything. And I'll share this once it's finished for people to try and to let me know if it's useful for them. Maybe on your next run that you're running late for, you can use it and let people know how long you're going to be.
Yeah, thanks. That was really cool. We have one question. Does the agent hallucinate?
Oh, good question. Yeah, the agents, then are they prone to hallucination? I don't know that I'd say that it's a big concern, because especially if you're building an app, if it does hallucinate, then whatever you tried to do won't work, and you'll just need to ask it to. So you'll notice with one of them, it was making a few mistakes, and so that I guess you could consider a hallucination, and then you would put in as feedback, hey, maybe you tried to take on too much in one go, so you should try breaking it down into smaller tasks, or you can just switch it up and change the agent that you're using. So you might decide, I've had enough of GPT-5, so I'm going to start using Gemini, or I'm going to start using Claude. And they each have strengths and weaknesses. So depending on what you're building, it's up to you to kind of experiment and to decide which one is appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That was cool. So thanks a lot, Papa, for giving us time, and it was really nice. Vibe coding with you. We almost vibe coded for around an hour or so, more than an hour. So yeah, that was pretty great. And thanks everyone who joined us during the live stream, asked their questions. We'll keep coming with such, you know, vibe coding sessions pretty soon. So, yeah, thanks a lot. Catch you guys soon, maybe in the next stream.